the show where everyday people share everyday tips for other everyday people. We've got 3 awesome guests today. Our focus is going to be on how to improve our physical health by losing weight. So if you're having troubles, you're looking to lose some weight, hopefully we get some tips for you so you can learn. We want to give a shout out over here in this harbor. We have Jeff Bezos' sailing yacht and the Geffen yacht as well. So just so you know, Jeff Bezos is on this podcast. So make sure you watch every episode. You never know when he's going to come off that boat and give a little appearance. 3 things I want to go over before we start. We are looking for guests all the time. So if you think you have any piece of info of anything in the world, we got all sorts of topics. Sign up at www.millionairesaremade.com. We love having guests from anywhere and everywhere. So please sign up and come say hi to us. Second, if you want to sponsor one of our episodes, please let us know. It's very, very affordable. We're just here to help out. If you want to get in front of hundreds or thousands of people, contact us, and we'll share your brand. And the third thing is we need more topics. We are pushing through everything. We've got the next 3 or 4 months lined up. But if you have any topic that you're struggling with or any topic that you know a lot about, shoot it to us. We'll put it on our episode list. We'll create a new topic, and we'll find 3 guests that know something about that. Without further ado, how to improve your physical health by losing weight. Here's a little tip that's really simple that I've learned. Whenever you have your snack craving, whenever those Cheetos are calling out to you, or a pop, big time for the pop drinkers, those Cokes and Diet Cokes and Mountain Dew drinkers, you got to start getting in your head to go brush your teeth. It's simple, but nobody wants to eat a chocolate bar after they just brush their teeth. So if you're having trouble with cravings or getting rid of nasty food or the bad food, as you will, brush your teeth, and that hopefully can help you out. So with that quick little tip, we're going to bring out one of our friendly guests named Shanoa. Shanoa, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I've got a question for you. Who are you?
I am Shanoa. I am a financial advisor. I am a fitness professional, and I am an author. And I have combined my financial knowledge, my passion for fitness, and my expertise around self-help and divorce to create my transformation coaching platform, which you can learn more about on my website, shanoamiller.com, or on my Instagram or Facebook.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So you've got a lot going on. I also heard somewhere from someone that you live in the Caribbean. That's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, I live in the Caribbean. I decided to transform my life. You know, I take my own advice. I'm a transformation coach, and I wanted change. I was, not where I wanted to be. So I packed up my life and moved it to the island of Bonaire in the Caribbean just recently. So that is big and exciting news, and, no major complaints so far.
How long ago did you move?
About 2 months ago, made the official move. It's been about a year-long transition, but finally sold everything in the U.S. and made the big move to about 2 months ago. My car is still stuck in Miami, FYI. So.
Oh, man. Yeah. I love it. I just moved to the Virgin Islands, so we're in the Caribbean together. Island people. I love it. I've got a very important question for you. If I wanted to improve my physical health by losing weight, what advice would you give me?
Well, I would first tell you that if you want to improve your physical health, the most accurate measure is not always the number on the scale. So I think there's too much focus on actually losing weight. Right. And the attention and focus needs to be put back on changing your lifestyle, good nutrition, exercise, and making small changes that are sustainable to help you improve your overall physical health, not just the number on the scale.
So stop worrying about your weight.
Yeah, stop worrying about your weight, because losing weight is simple, right? Losing weight is simple, but it's not easy. If it's easy, everybody would do it. I mean, weight loss is basically a calorie deficit. if you are burning more than you're taking in, you should lose weight. But that doesn't necessarily equate to improving your physical strength, improving your health, improving your fitness just because you're losing, weight. There are other measures and other things that you can do to improve your overall health and fitness that I think are much more important than just the number on the scale.
Very cool. Okay, well, let's dig in a little more here. What happened on your life journey that you learned that the weight doesn't matter, the number doesn't matter on your scale?
That I have lost and gained weight many times throughout my life. Starting, I was an overweight adolescent and child, lost weight, gained the weight back because I was just focused on losing the weight and not making lifelong changes that I could sustain. And so once I kind of put those puzzle pieces together, like, wow, if I make these changes in my mindset, in my lifestyle, in my habits, then I won't have to keep gaining and losing weight if I change my lifestyle.
Very cool. Very cool. That's smart. Anything else? You got about a minute left if you want to add some more to your tip.
Yeah, I mean, start with small changes. If you are, like, to your point about drinking soda and eating chocolate, start with cutting out one soda a day, or limiting dessert to fewer times a week. It's not about complete restriction. It's just about finding that life balance, that we can have the things that we enjoy, but pay attention to portion sizes and how much we're actually consuming. Maybe substitute one of your sodas for a glass of water. Move more. That's you got to move your body, whether it's going for a walk or taking an aerobics class. Find something that you love that you're going to do, because when you make exercise a punishment, who wants to do that? So I would say focus on what you're going to gain by making these lifestyle changes and creating new habits, not what you're going to lose by the number on the scale, right? Gaining something is much better than losing something, when we're not talking about weight necessarily.
Right.
So focus on what you're going to gain by making these lifestyle changes.
Like
lower your blood pressure, lower your cholesterol, better sleep, your skin's going to look better, improve your mental clarity, and help with anxiety, stress. All these things can improve when you make small lifestyle changes. And losing weight may be an additional benefit, but it shouldn't be the benchmark for your overall health and fitness.
I love it. Very insightful. Thank you so much, Shanoa. So there you go. You want to lose weight and improve your physical health? Stop worrying about the scale.
Yes.
Thank you, Shanoa. We'll talk to you in a couple minutes, all right?
Okay.
All right, we're going to bring our next guest. Hope that taught you a little there. That was very insightful. Amy, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We're glad to have you too. I've got a little question for you. Who are you?
My name is Amy K. Wilson. I am a board certified geriatric pharmacist. I am a fitness pro for, over 30 years, and a certified nutrition coach. So you have all three of those together, and my business is called the Nutrition Coach Pharmacist. I use a platform called Faster Way to Fat Loss, and I have clients all over the world. It's kind of cool. It's virtual, and I get to change lives.
Do you have a link for that?
I do. You actually can go to my website, amykwilson.com.
amykwilson.com for virtually anything you want. Nutrition coach. You say a pharmacist as well?
Pharmacist, yeah. And fitness professional. So all three.
Very cool. Oh, man. Everything all in one. Definitely go to amykwilson.com.
One stop shop. Yeah, one stop shop. What can I say?
One stop shop. All right. Well, let's see what you got here. Most important question of the whole day. If I wanted to improve my physical health by losing weight, what tiny piece of advice would you give me?
So I'm going to say kudos for Shanoa for saying the same thing. Get rid of the weight. Let's focus on chronic inflammation. Let's focus on maybe just replacing some what's called ultra processed foods. And that's your food that has chemicals and additives and coloring with some real food. And maybe it's one meal a day. And then the next week, it's 2 meals a day. And as you have that increase in real food, you are going to lose inflammation. And when you lose inflammation, you're going to prevent disease. You're going to lose inches like crazy. You're going to start fueling your body with what it needs. And what that will do is, one, you're going to build muscle, and two, you're going to keep your muscle. And that's what is the secret to living well, to reverse aging, is muscle. And that is what you want to focus on, whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever age you are. That will keep you out of the nursing homes. That will keep you living in the Caribbean without any nurses. And I always say, live your life with energy and purpose.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. So obviously you have some certifications and degrees, but let's just see what on your life journey led you to learn this advice. Where did you get it
from? I mean, even with pharmacy, you don't always learn about nutrition. And even being a fitness pro, I will tell you, most fitness pros and even personal trainers, our nutrition sucks. It does. We're still trying to chase skinny. And ask anybody. And we're in the public's eye, so we're in this kind of, let's say, fishbowl that we're supposed to look a certain way. Some things we do are not the best thing. And even me, hello, I'm Amy Wilson. I am an exercise addict. I was a cardio bunny. And realizing that, diet food, ultra processed, doing protein bars all the time, some of them are just glorified Snickers bars. And myself, I went pre-diabetic. I'm a pharmacist. I'm a nutrition coach. I'm a fitness pro. And I actually went pre-diabetes. It's in my family. And it was due to chronic inflammation. It was due to being healthy and eating healthy food that really wasn't healthy. Going back to the basics, going back to nutrition, going back to making sure I had protein at each meal. When I started focusing on the real food nutrition, there's other things that I do when I coach that helped me reverse prediabetes. It helped me lose inches. Once again, we're not going to get on the scale because the scale is BS. It lies to you all the time. We want to focus on losing the inches and keeping our muscle mass. And that has been the trick. I haven't yo-yo dieted in over 4 years. And to me, that's huge. And that's what I would love for people to stop doing is quit chasing skinny, quit doing dieting. And I'm going to put this out there. Ozempic and Wegovy are not the answers.
Can you real quick just refresh exactly what advice you would give to someone trying to lose weight, improve their physical health by losing weight?
The big thing is to eat real food. So get rid of the ultra processed foods, get rid of the stuff that's packaged, and eat real food.
I love it. Awesome, Amy. We're going to move on to the next guest, but thank you for very insightful information. All right, there you go. Eat real food. Sounds simple, but it's a little difficult, more difficult than we think, especially living in America. We're on to our next guest, Nate. Nate, how you doing today?
I'm great, bro. How are you?
I'm good, man. Can you answer a quick question? Who are you?
My name is Nate. I go by Bodyweight Nate, and I am a personal bodyweight coach. So physically, I teach a combination of yoga, calisthenics, and like the gymnastic rings, and hand bouncing, like handstands. Emotionally, I teach breath work, meditation, and fasting regimens.
Very cool. All right. Well, let's learn some more about that. If I wanted to improve my physical health by losing weight, what advice would you give me?
Wow. So to match the two amazing ladies before me, it's gonna be a challenge because that was amazing advice. I think what's most important is as you pull resources, different methods from different resources, it's important to combine those to find a regimen that works best for your body. So that being said, what worked for me was having a designated eating window.
A designated eating window.
Mm-hmm. So, for example, you were mentioning like the chocolate and all this. Like we have impulses that come up. So, if you dive into an impulse, it's more likely you're gonna continue to build up on those impulses. But having a designated eating window, I can get all my nutrient density within that time, and then that way, outside of the window, I can get all my work done. I'm not worried about the cravings. I'm not worried about, oh, when I'm going to eat next, right? So I have this window where I know I can have gratitude for my food and I can sit down and really enjoy the nutrition I put in my body.
I actually like that you call that a designated eating window more than the like clickbait term of intermittent fasting. But is there a difference, or you just use a different word?
Um, that's a good question. I would say they're interchangeable, but I think the word choice of window, it makes it a bit more flexible and like a bit more specific as well.
And fasting sounds like, oh, like I'm just doing this for temporary. Maybe it's also kind of negative. So I really like that you call it the eating window.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, I've got a third question for you, Nate.
Thank you. Okay, let's
What
do it.
what on your life journey led you to this advice?
Meditation for sure. Meditation. Because I did realize that my eating habits were connected to how I'm feeling emotionally. So I was like, what is this correlation with my emotions
Okay.
and my food? So through my eating windows, where like you were saying, fasting can be kind of a loose word because there's so many different types of fasts and intermittent fasting out there, right? So I had to figure out a way where I could use eating windows to help my training and also use meditation to help my emotional play with my physical roles and being a body weight coach.
I love it. That's awesome, man. Well, thank you so much. Are you ready to do some round robin and have everyone talk?
Oh, I was born for round robin, I'll tell you that right now.
All right. Well, we're gonna bring everyone out here in just a second. Hope everyone enjoyed that. Nate is talking about eating windows, positively frame it, and make sure that you're only eating during certain parts of the day. And he also did mention about your specific regimens. So everyone's going to have a little different body style. So if you are looking for a body weight coach, Nate might be a good person to go contact to. If you have any questions on how to contact him, just let us know. We got all his contact info, and it will be posted here as well. So you'll see his Insta and all that. But now it's the fun time where everybody comes out and we all discuss our tips and see what else we can add to this show. We got Shanoa, we got Amy, and Nate. How you guys all doing?
Good.
Feeling warmed up.
So we're gonna start. We'll start with Shanoa's tip. Shanoa, can you very quickly refresh us what your tip was?
Make small and sustainable lifestyle changes, quit worrying about the number on the scale and start focusing on creating healthy habits that you can carry with you throughout your life.
Awesome. Amy, tell me your thoughts on that.
Oh, we're on the same page. I think all three of us are pretty much on the same page with that. It's if you've never read Atomic Habits, I highly recommend it. It's all about getting 1% better every day. And that's what you need to do for sustainability. That's what you need to do for life. This is not anybody who says a quick fix, a diet, start, stop date. All you're doing is setting yourself up for failure in the future. So why not make it a lifelong journey? It's only going to stop when you actually stop, like when you stop breathing, and you want to keep working on that health journey and get off the diet roller coaster.
Love it, man. That's great. Nate, what are your thoughts on Shanoa's tip?
101%. The numbers on the scale should simply be a side effect of the work you're putting in, but the happiness and enjoyment of moving should be your primary goal, and then the numbers are the side effects, but not the main source.
I agree with that. Good tip, Shanoa. Everyone seems to like it. Amy,
Thanks.
can you quickly refresh what your tip was?
Start also by replacing ultra processed foods or something that's in a package with real food. And just start by one meal and then maybe make it two the next time. And before you know it, that's what you're eating the majority of the time.
So yeah, get rid of ultra processed, eat real food. Shanoa, what do you think about that? Terrible tip, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely love it. It was on my list too. When it comes to lifestyle changes, I agree 100%. Start replacing one thing at a time. When you're putting real food in your body, you're going to get better results. When they say garbage in, garbage out. So if you're eating processed food that's filled with chemicals and sugar, your body's going to be inflamed and you're not going to get the maximum physical benefit. So, the diet foods, like Amy mentioned, some of the protein bars and things, they're just like a candy bar. There's really no difference there. So don't be fooled by the packaging or the lose weight quick. It's really about lifelong changes. And when it comes to losing weight, I'll tell you, my lowest weight, I was probably the unhealthiest I've ever been. So that's why I think it's really important to number away from the scale. I'm with Amy, cardio queen, restriction, and I wasn't happy or healthy. So that's happiness is not defined by the scale, and neither is healthiness.
I love it. I love that. That's great. Breaking some things. Nate, what are your thoughts on that tip?
Well, I'm with you, Austin. I think it was a terrible tip because I'm trying to hit Taco Bell soon. So, it's not only just a tip, it's absolutely essential. You have to be putting nutrient-dense foods in your body. And I like the method of slow transition because when you do the 180 turnover, you're gonna crash. So putting the nutrient dense, not only it didn't feel amazing, but like the reflection of your world is really how we treat ourselves. So the more you put those solid foods in your body, I mean, your life's really just gonna start to open up even further from there.
I love it. That's great. That's super smart. Yeah. All right, guys. The least qualified person here. Brush your teeth when you have cravings. Nate, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it could be useful if you were first starting. For me, it wouldn't be my style, but who wants to? You're right, because no one has sugar cravings when you have peppermint in your mouth. Like, it's not going to happen. So if you have to brush your teeth 3 to 4 times a day and it's working, I would say stick with it.
Shanoa, what are your thoughts on that tip?
I would say always brush your teeth. That's just good hygiene. But, if you're having a craving, maybe think about, why you're having that craving. And maybe substituting something that gives you that same enjoyment or having a smaller portion. I love ice cream and I don't want to give that up or punish myself for having, eating ice cream sometimes. So I think, brushing your teeth can be a good deterrent, but if you keep restricting yourself, then I think that leads to binging and overeating if you never allow yourself to have that. So I'd say maybe use that sometime, but allow yourself that joy. If it is chocolate or ice cream or something, like it's okay in moderation.
In moderation. Okay. Good. So maybe brush your teeth starting out, but eventually you need to replace it with the mindset of not actually wanting that all the time. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Amy, what are your thoughts on this tip?
I think it's a decent tip. I'm going to go a little bit further and say if this is something that you're always doing, if you're always craving sugar, we need to have a discussion because I bet your blood sugar is not stable. And I bet you are spiking your blood sugar and then crashing.
Okay.
And so if we start working on balancing your blood sugar, you're not going to have those cravings. It's also not going to set you up on like Shanoa said. And so absolutely, should you brush your teeth? Yeah, that's a no-brainer because that's just good hygiene. But if you are constantly sugar craving, then we need to talk, because we need to balance that blood sugar, because you're also aging yourself faster by always wanting sugar, by always needing sugar.
Awesome. That's great. Hey, Nate, can you refresh us real quick what your tip was?
Yeah, I got a quick frame question. Am I looking at the bottom screen or like this?
You look good right there.
Right here?
We can see you.
Don't move. You're perfect.
There you
Okay.
go.
So my tip was, first and foremost, pull resources that you can create a formula that works best for your body. And then my personal tip is have a designated eating window.
Designated eating window and personalized regime. Shanoa, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I love the approach that it has to be customized and personalized. So whether I have my financial advisor hat on or a fitness professional, it's not one size fits all. I create portfolios for the individual, and I create fitness plans and meal plans for the individual. You have to find what works for your body. Putting me and Nate on the same diet plan probably isn't going to be as effective for one of us. So find what works for you and stick to that. And the eating window, I think you just have to see how long your eating window is, and maybe put some parameters on that. But I do that sometimes as well, so I can enjoy the things I want inside a smaller window. And I think that can be a very helpful tip for people that want to jumpstart their fitness journey.
Awesome. Good insightfulness. Amy, what are your thoughts on his tip?
I absolutely agree with personalization. Everybody's different. We have different DNA. And depending on your activity, your height, what you do, that has to be personalized. And not everybody likes to eat the same thing. So absolutely. And then with the fasting, I coach fasting. However, I want people to realize that fasting is a tool. It's not a diet, because I get a lot of people who have tried fasting before and saying, oh, it didn't work for me. But they were eating Taco Bell and McDonald's during their window, and you can't do that. Or they weren't eating at all, or they were just eating one meal a day. And your body needs nutrition. Your body needs what macronutrients. It needs the micronutrients. And so when you pair that with the fasting, it's an amazing tool that you can use. So I agree with both.
Awesome. All right, guys, you've shared way too much information. It's been beautiful. But now we have my favorite part of the episode. We have to create our daily challenge for the next week. It has to cost $0 and take less than 5 minutes, and it needs to improve your physical health by losing weight. What ideas do you guys have for the world to learn and join us in this challenge?
Go for a walk. You can walk anywhere. It doesn't cost any money. You're gonna release those feel good endorphins, and get some fresh air. So a lot of people use the excuse of time and money, and you can go for a walk anywhere. It won't cost you anything, and have a glass of water. Drink water as soon as you get up, and stay hydrated. Especially if you're going to be walking more, stay hydrated, stay alive.
I would say have protein at your first.
All right. Any other ideas, Ted?
I would say have protein at your first meal, because that's going to help you feel satisfied. It's going to help balance your blood sugar. So when you go for a walk and you have your glass of water, and then when you break your fast or whatever time that is, have protein at your first meal.
All right. Protein, water, and walk. And Nate, you got anything to add to that? Simple and quick that you can do anywhere in the world?
Yeah, mine's going to be 5 minutes of breath work while the sun's rising. Mm-hmm. Just get your body oxygenated, enjoy the sunrise. It doesn't have to be right at sunrise, but while the sun's gaining energy, just do 5 minutes of breath work to oxygenate your body for the day. And then
very cool. All right, well, that's 3. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for the water, a couple pinches of sea salt in your water when you first wake up. huge. It was a game changer for my hydration, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Sea salt. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we got to narrow it down to just one tip. Something anyone can do, less than 5 minutes, $0. You think maybe drink a glass of water while you're walking and deep breathing?
Say the number one tip is breathe. You know, that's you
We
gotta be breathing to do the rest of it. So start with breathing. But I love that water, walking, and protein. You know, breathe, water, walking, protein. I mean,
and that
doesn't
sunlight,
cost you anything.
that sunlight's going to start is going to set your circadian rhythm. So you're actually going to
Exactly.
sleep. You're going to sleep better at night too. So all these things don't cost anything. And it's actually going to help you on your wellness journey.
All right, let's try to make it a little simpler and narrow it down. We've got like 17 things now. There's so much you can do. This is great. So any of these tips, feel free to take them. But I think for our challenge, I'm gonna challenge everyone to drink a glass of water and walk outside while the sun's out.
Mhm.
I mean, almost first thing in the morning, I would prefer. But yeah, if we can, you all agree that we can go drink a glass of water outside and walk there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it's a great challenge.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, every day, wake up, walk outside, drink a glass of water, walk back inside. Challenge complete. Nice and simple, right?
Yeah, we could say sea salt water, but that's optional.
But doable.
I will support that. I'll leave it as optional. But if you want to hop on the sea salt and enhance your challenge, go for it. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I've never put sea salt in my water in the morning, but I just might this week.
Do it.
Awesome. Well, we got our challenge. Thank you all for coming again. I'm gonna give some closing remarks, and then we are all done. Thank you again for watching Millionaires Are Made. Today we talked about physical health and losing weight. We learned all sorts of awesome things. One, don't worry about the scale from Shanoa. That was awesome. We learned from Amy, eat real food. Get away from the process. Get away from all the kind of fake chemically food that we have out there. Try to eat as real as possible. And then we learned from Nate, have an eating window, certain amount of time that you eat between to get all your nutrients, micro and macro, and try to focus on that. We came up with a sweet daily challenge, and I'm challenging all of you as well as all of our guests every day, first thing in the morning, get a glass of water, possibly with sea salt if you can, walk outside, say hi to the sun, drink a glass of water, and walk back inside. So hopefully we'll see y'all joining us on that challenge. And again, thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with 2 more awesome episodes. Go to our YouTube channel or our Facebook, and you can see all of our past episodes. Thank you so much.